You may not be in the 1% yet, but you can be if you plan like them. And that means you need to stop treating time like it's infinite. So today, I'm going to pull back the curtain on how the top 1% plan differently. Not just their time, but their lives. And if you're tired of spinning your wheels, constantly busy, but rarely moving forward, this is the tea you need. By the end of this video, you will have clarity on how to plan smarter, reclaim wasted hours, and finally move the needle forward in your life. So let's dive in. Most people write down vague goals like, I want to get fit, I want to save money, I want to start a business. They sound good, except that goals don't get you there. Systems do. Top performers know that you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And that's why when others are busy chasing dreams, they are building frameworks. Think about it. A goal says, I want to run a marathon. System says, I run at 6 a.m. 3 times a week, rain or shine. So stop planning outcomes, start planning inputs. Instead of dreaming about the $1 million business idea, design the daily plan that gets you there. Instead of fantasizing about weight loss, plan your meals and workouts even before the week starts. Because this is where 99% of people fail. They confuse desire with design. But the top 1%, they don't. For instance, 2 friends decide that they're going to write a book. One writes when inspiration comes, sometimes at night or maybe on weekends. A year later, she only has a handful of half-finished chapters. But the other friend blocks off 7 to 8 p.m. every weekday to write. No excuses. It doesn't matter if she's tired or the words are not flowing. She simply shows up every day. Same time, same focus, and then 12 months later, she's holding a published book in her hands. They had the same dream and the same hours of the day, but one relied on inspiration while the other relied on planning. Who do you think succeeded? That's why the top 1% plan in a way that makes discipline automatic. They don't ask, do I feel like it today? No, their schedule already answered that question. Understand that if you don't control your calendar, something else will. From casual meetings to social media notifications and even entertainment. Because the world is designed to steal your attention. And that's why top performers protect their time like a fortress. They don't just hope. They find time to work out or have strategy sessions. They intentionally block off the time for it. They treat appointment with themselves as sacred as a meeting with a CEO. And this looks like deep work from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., calls scheduled for say 1 to 3 p.m. or reading before bedtime. So there's absolutely no guesswork or gaps for accidental scrolling because their time isn't left vulnerable to distractions since they've already told it where to go. So if your days feel unproductive, it's not necessarily because you're lazy, it's because your time is unprotected. To be honest, sometimes our laid out plans don't survive, our daily realities. For instance, emergencies may pop up, your kids may have their days, impromptu business demands may surface, but top performers are prepared for this. And they don't throw out their structure when the boat rocks. They simply adapt because planning isn't about perfection, it's about direction. So stop treating your time like fragile glass because one sudden interruption, everything shatters. But when your plans are adaptable, for instance, if you miss your morning workout session, just reschedule it for evening. Or if a meeting gets cancelled, don't just scroll on Instagram. Slot in the next to do on your list because that gap isn't for break time. It is execution time. Think of a plane flying cross country. If it deviates even a few degrees, it could end up in a wrong state. But pilots don't panic at turbulence. They simply correct their course. And that's how the top 1% plan. They know their destination. They have a flight path. And when life throws in some turbulence, they simply adjust and then get back on track. Meanwhile, when most people eat turbulence, they just cancel the trip altogether. The top performers also understand that whatever can be measured can be improved. So they don't just plan their days, they review them. At the end of each day, you must ask yourself, did my time match my priorities today? Did I waste my energy on nonsense? Did I execute the plan or did I let distractions win? And this is how top performers keep rising. They don't repeat the same broken day for weeks on ending. They always measure, adjust, and improve. Most people avoid this mirror because it's uncomfortable. But until you face where your time actually goes, you can't change where it's headed. You need to have weekly rituals like Sunday planning, where you can take out time to review the past week and design the next week so that you don't just casually drift into Monday. Build a calendar, slot in your prayer time, your workouts, your family time, domestic errands, or your chores, focused work, and even rest. So that by the time Monday hits, the week is already conquered on paper and all that is left is just execution. And that's simply the difference between drifting and dominating. So here is where most people miss it. They plan their time but give it no meaning. They are quite frankly busy but not aligned. And that's another difference because the top performers don't just plan what to do, they are aligned with why it matters. This is where purpose comes in. A to-do list will keep you moving, but purpose will keep you from burning out. When your calendar matches your calling, even the hard days feels lighter. That is why the scripture in Proverbs says, commit your plans to the Lord and they will succeed. True planning isn't just about time control. It's ultimately about stewarding your journey to purpose. Have you ever checked off your full to-do list but still feel empty? And that's what happens when you plan without purpose. You know, one lady I coached was always busy from sunrise to midnight. Emails, errands, tasks, but none of them align with what actually mattered to her. You know, our faith, our family, our health, and of course, our purpose. The question is, was she efficient? Yes, she was efficient, but the truth is, no, she was not effective. So we had to rebuild our schedule around our real priorities. And our days got lighter, our energy returned, and our progress was finally meaningful because productivity without purpose is just busyness. One other thing top performers do is that they remove the decision fatigue by deciding once and repeating endlessly. They don't reinvent the wheel every morning. For example, instead of asking, what should I eat today? They meal prep on Sundays. Instead of wondering, what time should I work out? They already picked a fixed time daily. And the thing is, they don't randomly juggle their priorities so that they can stick to their top priorities daily. Because every decision you automate is energy saved for what actually matters. One of the simple acts you can practice is lay out your gym clothes the night before. Now, when the alarm goes off in the morning, half the decision is already made. That tiny choice removes a ton of reluctance in the morning. So the top performers scale that principle across every area of their lives. They don't just keep debating the basics. They decide once and then they build systems that help them make the decisions automatic. And that's how you preserve your focus for the real work. I mean, creative thinking, leadership decisions, or even life-changing choices. The next big shift you need to get is the top 1% don't plan to be busy. They actually plan to be free. For instance, they design systems so that their businesses can run without them. They automate their finances so that saving and investing happens in the background. And they meticulously plan their family time because they know that success without family presence is failure. So their planning isn't about squeezing in more into 24 hours. It's actually about making those 24 hours serve their vision and not their distractions. So here is the tip for today. Stop drifting and start planning. Because if you don't lead your day, you won't lead your life. Share this with someone who needs it and subscribe so that you don't miss the next episode. And if you're ready to rise even higher in your ascent, then watch my next video on how to become fiercely confident, because it's one thing to plan like the 1%, but it's another to confidently execute. And until next time, keep building the life you were called to lead.